Hey guys, welcome to a game called Minecremental. The game about breaking up some rocks here. Mine or earn more by Myers. Okay. Whoa, that could be taken out of context these days. We don't do that here though. But prestiging, what does that take? I think that's a billion gold, if I'm reading correctly. We can get a new NPC miner to run around and mine up some of this gold for us. We can get another one once we get to 10. We can go ahead and do that. So then we got 2 going around. I think this is like, oh, that's not a word, that's just one thing within a torch. Let's get another one. Because I want to have to click as few times as possible. As the point is in these clicker games. Unless there's a really good reason to click many a times. I think we'll save up for the unlock at 50. Yeah, so increase mining damage per player and all NPCs. So that's at 100. So we'll save up for that real quick. Shouldn't take very long. We almost need more like spawn speed. What's that? Oh, we can increase spawn rate of coal for 35. Okay. We'll look into that here momentarily. I wonder what increased damage is going to do for us right now, because I mean, we're one-shotting. Literally nothing, but maybe it'll be good once we unlock the coal here in a second. Looked off of it a little too soon. Oops, left just a tick too soon. Rate of coal up. And coal does still take 2 hits, but it is worth 7, so it's definitely worth the investment. Yeah, that's definitely really good. It increased our earnings quite a bit. We'll increase our coal summons again. Get another miner coming in. Go down here and just mine away. Got over 200 here. So I think we can unlock copper costs 750. I'm not concerned with that yet. That 300 would be good too for additional ore nodes in the mine. That'll be good to have for later, I guess. Because I mean, we're not breaking all of them now, but and I think they target the higher value stuff. Ooh, next one is 400, so that's quite expensive. Let's max out the coal chance. So next upgrade we're really going to save up for costs 750. And that'll unlock copper. Shouldn't take too long. I mean, it's 100 of these coal nodes, and we'll be there. We'll walk into the middle here and start breaking these. We're getting pretty close now. Probably making about 20 a second, roughly. Alright, so let's go for copper spawn. That's probably the only. That's probably about the only thing we're really going to look for. Yeah, that's a billion or 1 BG, whatever that means. Got our first bit of copper spawning in down there. That's worth 150, and it's only 3 hits. My goodness, that's a lot of money. More copper, please. Yeah, that's just insane growth in terms of income. More copper, so that's maxed out. I think we're going to want to save up for some new miners. What's the next one? 15 now. Okay, so those are locked, so we need 20k in storage to get those. That's 3 more. Make that 4 more. That should help with our income by quite a bit. Do we save up the 20k now? I think we go for another helper. A little bit of move speed and time in between go down. Oh, we're making a lot of money now. Already back up to 12k. That was after pretty much spending all of our money there. We need to break all this away. Alright, so there's 20k, but we can't buy the upgrade until we have 42. We could get more strength, which would be a worthwhile upgrade, but I want to unlock the next ore type, which is iron at 42,000, which will take a second to get there, but it's not going to take an awful long time. And hopefully it will boost our income by quite a bit too. Only 9,000 away now. Let's go over here and break these. I'm just trying to find bundles of them. That was so I can only that was so I can click one time and just forget about it. All right, 42k is acquired. Unlock some iron. Next one is 84,000. Looks like it's going to take 5 hits, and it's worth 1,000. That's not bad. It's not quite as much of an increase from as 7 to 150 is, but it's still good. Bit more damage, more minor. I think the next upgrade would be NPC cooldown and move speed. That'd be a collective 30k. Now we 2-shot the iron, 1-shot copper. We can get more cooldown, more move speed. We get more nodes too. So next iron is what? 84k. And to unlock the next silver, it is 200k, which that's not bad. I mean, that's only 200 iron nodes. There's a lot more nodes spawned in. That's quite the boost. Already up to 100k, so we can get more iron again. Alright, so let's just go ahead and go over to this pile and we'll let it mine that out. Back up to 100k already, which is enough for 2 whole NPCs. Looking like our next upgrades are going to be around 750k. Silver is going to cost us $1 million to unlock, so we'll just save up for it. Because that will probably be the best use of our money. We're up to making 3.5k a second, which isn't great, but it's also not horrible. Better than nothing, let's put it that way. Increase spawn rate of iron, we can do that. More iron's always a good thing. Because we just got to break 1,000 of them to unlock silver. Shouldn't be awful with the, what, 15 NPCs we have? Still can't prestige yet, as we need to earn 1 billion in total. And so we'd unlock platinum and cobalt, and then we'd start each run with 1 million gold, and we unlock ruby gems. Okay. Okay, so the prestige is just how you unlock more ores. Okay. We'll make our way over to this pile. Trying to find upgrades that would be decent. Yeah, I think the only one that makes sense is the silver. At 1 million. It's going to take just a minute to be there, and we'll be back when I'm there. And we are almost up to that million, and we just crossed that threshold, so it unlocks silver. I think this is silver. What is it worth? 3 hits for 8,000? It's okay. I guess it's quite decent, actually. The next one is 2 million there. We get 2 more NPCs. That should increase our DPS by quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, unlocking silver and 2 more has gotten us up to 12.3k a second, so that was like a 3x to our earnings. Already back up to like 500k again. We'll get 3 more miners. I think we save up to 2 million for more silver, which at this rate shouldn't take that long. What is that? So each one's worth 8k. So let's 8 into what, 200? Something like that. Not a lot. Like, what? I'm bad at math. I don't know why I'm trying to do it. It's 50. There we go. I finally got it. It's 50. Shouldn't take that long. As we're already up to 1.5 mil. It's falling in rather quickly. Gold unlocks at 4 million. So it'd probably be, the actual upgrade would probably be about 8. Get more silver. Okay, it's 25. Good lord. So we need 4 million for more silver. I think we'll probably try to get the upgrade for more damage. 1.5 mil. We'll probably try to go for all of these upgrades as well. Get more ore nodes. Because more ore means it should be less that they have to walk to mine, which should be beneficial. Let's save up 1.5 mil here to get more damage. Shouldn't be horrible to do, as we're only 200k away again. And there it is, mining strength. We now one-shot silver, so that should increase our mining by quite a bit. So we're one-shotting everything that we can see here. There's a big old pile down here in the corner, so we'll just kind of sit here for a minute, work on it. We can get NPC cooldown and walking speed. And now we need to save up the 4 million plus 25.5 to unlock gold. Very expensive. I mean, the only other thing we really go for is more miners. And we got up to 25 now, but they're 1.5 mil a piece, so I think the best bet is to start saving again. We're now up to making 64.5k a second. Oh, 64.2k, I know, but gotta exaggerate a little bit. Already up to 1.5 mil. So I mean, to get to 25 mil was going to take maybe 5 minutes. Shouldn't take very long at all. I mean, they're breaking a surprising amount of them in comparison to the respawn rate, which should be somewhat okay at this point in time. And we want more silver, so that's maxed out. So gold is going to cost 25.5 mil. This is going to take a solid minute. So we'll be back whenever that happens. So after a few minutes of being AFK, we're about to cross 25 million. And we need a 25.5, which, you know, realistically is not going to take any amount of time at all. We're there. So now we get gold. There's some up here, but we'll probably hit some other stuff first. 50,000. So it's like a 5.2 times multiplier over what we had. So it's not insane. But I mean, silver was taking one hit. This takes two, which is a little inconvenient, but I think we'll make do. So next upgrade for that is 51 million. I don't really see a point in spending it on NPC mining actions or walking speed. And I mean, we're already back up to 11 million again. So I guess we'll keep going. There's a bunch of stuff down here. I didn't break that all the way for whatever reason, but somebody else will clean it up for me. That jumped us up to 280k a second, and we're now what is that, a 20th of the way to our prestige. And that ratio will just keep increasing. We could get more ore nodes, but I don't really think that's necessary. 51 million for more gold. Should be very feasible here in a very short amount of time. Up to 35 million. So, I mean, we're definitely raking in the money. These are just going to get way too expensive for what they are. Did I say it was 51? No, it's 40 million for there. If you have 51 mil. And that's our 10,000th ore mine. Amateur numbers. If we look into the achievements, so we got 4 prestiges to do. We got to mine 10 million ores in total for that achievement. There's 16 ore types. It looks like 200 NPCs we can hire. And we got to earn 1 septillion gold, so we got a ways to go. More gold. Next gold is at 102 million. Maybe we do buy up more miners. It's like the only thing we can do that's gonna turn a little bit of profit. And each one is like a declining return over the previous purchase. But I mean, it's still a good base upgrade as well. Each one of these is going up at 1.5 mil in value each time. I think that was what, 9 for the next one? Just a moment ago, 9 million was unfathomable. It's very rare we see these lower tier ores. I mean, there's a few copper sneaking in, but I don't think I've seen a coal since we got into like gold territory. Alright, so next one is 9 million, which we are there. I mean, we might as well buy these upgrades, because I mean, they're not going to hurt. And we're now making we're making about 430k a second, which is quite good. We've made 128 million gold in total. And that's going up very quickly. And I just got to keep buying these pretty much idle characters. That was so I don't have to do as much. That's like the entire point of these idle clicker games, is to do as little as possible. Should be up to 12 mil really soon. There we go. So I believe we'll go AFK for a minute and we'll be back. Alright, after a little bit of waiting, we're about 6 million away from being able to unlock platinum, which hopefully is a big jump in funds. But if we've learned anything, it's probably not going to be that much. What does it look like? Or it's, sorry, 10, so it's a little bit grayer. I don't know how to describe it. I guess it's that. 250 kg, so it's 5 times more money. Quite good. Let's get time between NPC mining actions down. Get that maxed out. And we're only 400 million away from being able to prestige. as well. And these are 3-hit, which is inconvenient, but mining strength, the next upgrade is 1.5 billion. So we're not going to get there on this prestige. It's got a 102 million upgrade. Increase walking speed just to get it done. More ore nodes will be 40 million. So we can do that too. And we're up to almost 2 million a second now. So we'll have this more ore nodes now. Might as well go ahead and max it out the way I see it. We're missing about 300 million, so that's 150 seconds, so right at about 3 minutes. Probably not even quite that much. But we can click on through here. And break everything that we can see. And I mean, as we'll go, we'll buy more of these miners as well. Next one is 22 mil, which doesn't take very long at this point. It's 11 seconds. Yeah, we'll get up to 40 of those, and then we'll get more gold next at 102. And then here in about a minute and a half, we should be able to prestige. Looking forward to that very much. Because prestiging will give us the access to more ores. We'll start each run with 1 million gold and we'll unlock ruby gems, which give us 1,000 times our best ore value. But we're the only ones that can break them, which is fine, doesn't matter. Respawn rate of gold. And we're about 80 million away. So this should take about 30 seconds at this point. I wonder if we get more money per with the prestige. Alright, so we're at 1 billion. So we can prestige now. Yeah, we get a 2x multiplier to gold. I doubt that increases, so we'll prestige. Now we get 2 off these base ones. But we also start it with that, so we'll start with silver, which seems like an interesting choice. But with the silver, once we get it to break here in about 40 minutes, we should get a massive chunk of change from this. Only 16,000? Really? Mining strength up. Get some miners there. And we can buy upgrades for everything else. There we go. Much better. So gold is locked still. So we need 2 million for another silver upgrade. What does the next prestige take? 1 trillion. Okay. That's going to take a while. But we'll get there eventually. We'll take more silver before we take anything else, because it'll just be better, I guess. And then after that, we'll look into more damage for 1.5 mil. And I mean, more damage will just be more stuff broken, so that's more money. Alright, there should be like rubies or something spawning in. Right? Yeah, unlock ruby gems. That's something we have to buy in here? Doesn't look like it. Get mining stream. A couple new miners. Now we one-shot everything. More ores. Just more everything. Already up to 80k a second. In what, maybe 2 minutes since we prestiged? We're gonna save up the 4 million that it takes for more silver, which shouldn't take but like another, what, 12 seconds? Then after that, we're gonna want to save up for the 25.5 million for gold. Yep. I mean, which shouldn't take that long. Take more walking speed and a couple more miners. That should help with our income by quite a bit. I still haven't seen any rubies. I don't know if I've just been blind, but I could deal with 1,000 times. I'm assuming they're just extremely rare. Right? Because I mean, 16 kg would turn into 16 million. I think it might be 160 million. Really don't know, but I'm not seeing any. Which is unfortunate because it's 1,000 times best ore value. So it's 3 extra zeros. So whatever that equates to, it'd be a lot of money, is what I'm trying to get at. We're about halfway there to getting gold unlocked. Still not progressing as quickly as I'd like through this. So it's 3 trillion for platinum and 90 trillion for cobalt. Good lord. Wait, that's past the next prestige though. So why would I go for that? Because I don't think you can get additional bonuses by going further through the run. Alright, so that's 25.5 mil, so we're still 3 million shy. Which shouldn't take any time at all. And right there we go. Unlock gold, which should be worth 100k a piece now. Get an extra miner, be good. So within, what is that, 510 gold? They're 100k a piece. What is it? Maybe 100? I'm not sure. Before we can buy that next upgrade for 51 million. It's not looking like it's going to take very long at all. Already back up to 21 million, so making quick progress again. And we're about a quarter of what we was making at the end of the last run. It'd be really good to get one of them rubies now, but can't have nice things. I wonder what the chance is for that. Right? Because that's the thing, like, it doesn't tell you. And we should be able to get more coal, or no, more gold, sorry. That's an interesting upgrade there. More ore nodes for 40 million. It's a consideration. So we either save up 102 million for more gold or 420 million for 10. Both are valid options. Get a few more employees. And then I think we'll just go AFK until we get 420 million again. That was so we can unlock 10. Alright, so we've saved up 460 million. That's enough to unlock, what was that, 10? We'll unlock more ore nodes. Now making over 1 million a second. I'm seeing some 500Ks coming through now. That's quite good, and we're setting over 2 million a second. And this was with 8 less NPC miners. So next upgrade is going to be at 840 million. We'll take cooldowns. Let's get a couple more miners. Then we'll go place ourselves over in this massive cluster here. I'm assuming this is going to cost like 12 billion to unlock, so it's going to take a hot minute to get that far. Which, I mean, we're earning money pretty quick at almost 4 million a second now. I think we'll save up the money for more tin. A ruby would be outstanding to get right now. Which I haven't seen the first one yet. Starting to think they don't actually exist. Yeah, because those are copper. I was thinking maybe I just misidentifying. But no. We could get more gold, which would be fine. But more tin is just obviously a better upgrade. And at 840 million, it's going to take a little bit of time to get through. So after just a second, we're up to 850 million. We'll get more tin to spawn in. Next one is 1.7 billion. Good lord. I don't know what our... Why is it so bright over here? Is it a ruby or something spawned? I don't understand why it's so bright. That was 500 million. Okay, we're getting ruby spawning now. I had 2 back to back. So that's what the rubies look like. And so we're up over 1 billion. I mean, and since we're here, we might as well save up the 1.7 billion for the next one. Which realistically, we might as well just buy the gold just to buy it. Now, did we spend 21 million on NPC miners? I got us up to 50, so that's like 12 more. Was it worth it? Eh, who knows? I guess it will be over time. But yeah. So lead is going to cost us 5.1 billion. So that's going to take a little bit to get to. All right, so after way too much time has passed, we are able to afford lead. I haven't quite went for the tin upgrade yet, but we'll see what the lead. Good lord, it spawned in quick. That's worth 4 million per. It does take like 4 hits as well, which isn't ideal, but it's also 8 times. So we're now making 15 million per second, and this is ticking up somewhat quickly. Still takes forever, but at least it's moving. 2 more miners there. Make it 3 as soon as we're able to. Let's save up for mining damage, because that should be a big help at this point. It also shouldn't take very long at all. But maybe 10 to 15 seconds. Maybe a little longer than that. I suck at math, so we'll figure it out as we go. Yeah, I think more damage will help us out greatly in terms of earnings. Almost there. And we're now there. So that jumps us up from 32.3 million. Only jumps us up to 33.6, which we're still two-shotting lead, but that's like 5. It's like 2 or 3 hits better. And we're now at the 46 and a quarter. Okay, we're starting to make a little bit of money. Or more money, I should say. Got 57 NPCs now. All that's ridiculously expensive. So next lead is 10 billion, and next tin is 1.7, which we're going to be there pretty quickly. Go ahead and get the 10. The lead shouldn't take too long to get 10 billion. Not 100% sure on it, but shouldn't be horrible. Yeah, I mean, we're making 62.5 million a second, so it's like every 13 or 14 seconds we're getting a billion. So many upgrades down here. Those are 3 trillion. Oh, that's going to be rough. And I think we're going to have to at least get tungsten here to even be close to being able to make the next prestige, which we're at 17.5 billion out of 1 trillion. But it is going up at a decent speed now. And we're up to 4 billion again. Really thick patch down here, so we'll just set ourselves up in it and let our little guy do whatever his heart desires. What was the next one? Like 10 billion? That's not bad. And then our tungsten will be at 90 billion. which we could save up for that. It would take quite some time to get, but I think we'll just get this 10 billion and then we might go for the 90. I really don't know what else we would do. It'll probably be just a case of going AFK for a moment or two, or 15 minutes, something like that. Might go grab me some water or something. $10 billion, 1.2. Ooh, and there is a ruby. That was worth 4 billion within itself. Yeah, so we need to save up 90 billion here. So that's going to take a while. We're now making 200 million a second. So that's really good. So I'm going to go AFK and we'll see where we're at when we get back. So we're up to about 90 billion now. Very roughly. We're still only about a tenth of the way to the trillion to prestige. But hopefully unlocking tungsten here will be of great assistance. Should be about 10 seconds away. And just like that, we have tungsten. And that's our 8th ore type. Looks like a ruby right here. That was worth 60 billion within itself. Next one is worth 180 billion, so we'll go ahead and buy that. Do we go for more miners, or do we try to save up 180 billion? Because we're now getting 2.5 billion a second. I think that was worth it. I don't know how many I just hired, but it should be a decent increase in production. Maybe we're not actually getting 2.2. Maybe we're just getting like 800K. It's a little too bright over here, right? Am I missing a ruby? Or am I just blind? We'll move over to right here and we'll just mine around. We'll see if we find something. Apparently not. Maybe it's just that bright right there. And I just haven't noticed it. So we're into another one of those like really weird waiting periods. But we're gaining on the prestiging by quite a bit now. That's good. 3 more miners. That'll probably be all the miners we buy. Or at least this run. Let's see here. And we're gaining quite a bit on the prestige, so I'm going to say in about 1,000 seconds we'll be to the trillion. But of course we'll keep buying the upgrades as we can for the tungsten at 180 billion, because that should speed it up a little bit as well. And I will be back when we're ready to prestige. Okay, so we finally saved up the 1 trillion that we need to prestige, but we don't have 1 trillion, but we can prestige and we can unlock palladium and mithril and start each run with 100 million this time. And we unlock amethyst gems, which are 3,000x value, and we unlock exploding barrels. And this will take us from 2 multiplier to 4. Okay. Oh, that's actually an additive too. Buy 3 upgrades in the mining strength, and then we'll go for gold. And then we'll backfill upgrades. Nice and easy. Alright, so now we're getting 200 kg from the gold. I think had a base of 50. That's how math works. And those TNT barrels, they actually cover a pretty good size area. So our next gold upgrade will be 102 million or 420 for the 10. Both of which are very feasible at our current income rate, especially if we can get a bonus ore of some type, like a ruby or a, what was it, amethyst. No clue what the amethyst is going to look like, but maybe it'll have a tell to it as well. Well, we should be able to get these upgrades twice as quick this time. We could get more, but I think we wait until after we get the 10 and then we'll buy more employees is what we'll call them. So we got our first bit of amethyst to spawn in. So that gave us 600 million there. So that's enough to get 10 and max out gold. And then we'll go ahead and spend the rest on employees, mining actions, and then here in just a second we'll be able to afford max move speed. We need to get more ores spawning in. I just saw the amethyst spawn in. Thought I'd bring everybody back in on the action. So the next 10 upgrade is 840 million, which at our current earning rate isn't going to take very long, especially with this exploding barrel here. Should be able to get it quite quickly. I don't know if it has like a reduced rate of income. I think it just combines it all into one income group of 14.2 million on that one. So that's really solid. We're getting some that's like a million per on the 10. That's 840 million. I want to say lead was 5.1 billion to get it. We'll be able to start saving up for it here shortly. But I think if we get, like, I think we can get just about any of the boosted, and that would probably get us where we need to be in terms of getting at least lead. We could spend, yeah, let's spend the 840 million. And then we'll save up the 5.1 billion that it takes to get to the next ore, which is lead. No, not lead. It is, yeah, it is lead. All right, so we're able to afford the lead now. Probably not much, but that's going to jump us from like 14 million up to 17 for now. It looks like I need more damage, which is 1.5 billion. That's not horrible. And then it looks like we're getting about 8 mil off of each of these. Pretty good. Get some mining streets in. Should help out greatly. Take us down to 2 hits per. So now we're making 68 million. 10 billion for the next one down there. Shouldn't take very long. Especially if we can get a boosted ore type. We gotta make a quintillion dollars here. We unlock prestige at what, 3? Yeah. And then that will let us start with 10 billion gold. and then unlock diamond gems and increase barrel explosion radius, and then it unlocks, I don't know how to say that, and adamantite. I think they just destroyed one of the purple ones, or one of the amethysts. So it's 10.2 billion for this next one, which we're coming up on pretty quickly. And then this next upgrade down here for tungsten is like 90 billion, roughly. Which isn't that much considering we're making 120 bucks a second. And if we can find a boost, it will be set to do really well. $10.2 billion, so we got more lead now. And that also uncovered tungsten, so that's at 90 billion. As we already knew. Buy a few more miners. Let's try to get this up to 60. Shouldn't take that long. One more and we'll be there. Cool. I mean, we're not quite making as much as we was last time yet, but we're doing pretty well for ourselves. So that's going to be 90 billion for the next true upgrade. I mean, we get a little bit more, but not really enough to justify buying it quite yet. So we'll save up the 90 billion. And we're coming up on the 90 billion mark to be able to purchase tungsten. Again, and then our next upgrade will be 3 trillion coins. After we get, probably another level of tungsten and maybe another, and that other level of lead as well. Gotta do some clearing out here. What's the damage? Rated 500 billion? It's quite a bit. Get some more miners going on this. That one TNT barrel was almost a billion. And it looks like the tungsten, I think that's what it was getting, that didn't work. What was it, tungsten? Yes. Is getting 120 million. So now we're making 2 billion per second. Get more lead, and we're very quickly moving up in terms of cash. I mean, I say very quickly. We're not even close to really getting to a point where 3 trillion's affordable. Which is unfortunate, but it's just where we're at in the game. So let's see here. What's going to be best case scenario? More damage or 180 billion here for more tungsten? I think we do more tungsten. Yeah, let's do more tungsten. Not even close to being able to afford these other ones yet. So they got that to look forward to. About 8 billion away now, which is 4 seconds worth. So that's going to jump us from 1.9 billion. Actually dropped income there for a second, which that may sort itself out. Didn't really. Let's add 3 new miners to the mixture. I got us up to 2.1 billion, so not much of an improvement. Let's get this up to 80 miners. Next one will be 20 billion. And we do have an amethyst up here. That's going to be 360 billion. Is that enough for... Oh, that's enough to get tungsten maxed. So that works out. So now really the only thing we have to work towards is the 3 trillion for platinum and more strength. We'll do more strength when we're able to. The miners are ridiculously expensive at this point. But I will purchase this mining strength, and then we're going to save up the 3 trillion, I guess. Alright, so we're almost up to the 3 trillion, and we have officially hit it, so now we get platinum. And platinum is worth almost $1 billion within itself. Our next mining streak is 50 trillion, so that's not happening for a hot minute. Get a few more miners come in. So the next upgrade is 6 trillion? Yeah. And then the next one after that is 90 trillion. But I mean, that jumped us up to 19.3 billion per second, which is pretty sizable. And now with our multipliers, we should be getting what? I don't know. It's like 900 billion or so for a ruby to spawn in. Not even close to this yet. We're about 5, or we're at 6 out of 1,000 yet, so not even a 100th there yet. We go for some more miners, or we save up again for a few more minutes to upgrade to get the 6 trillion platinum upgrade. Which honestly, this isn't going to take that long to do that. And we'll grab the more platinum upgrades. The next one is 12 trillion. And then after that, we got to save up for 90 trillion, which is going to take an astronomical amount of time, I think. We're up over 100 miners for the first time. Like we have an amethyst spawned in over here as well. That's going to be 2.7 trillion, which sounds like a lot. But at this point, it's not that much. I mean, we are getting 100 billion per second, so it'll take a little bit of time, but I think we can save up to 90 trillion. It's just going to take a minute. Alright, so I fell asleep. Get some cobalt bought. I think we can go ahead and prestige, actually. Let's see what our earnings get boosted up to with cobalt. Looks like we're up to about 500 billion, roughly. Oh god, yep. Get mining strength again. And we can get up to 150 helpers, so we just got 50 more. But we can go ahead and prestige. Now we're up to 2 trillion a second. So we should be making 8x money now. Okay, so what we want to do is get mining strength to start with. And then we can start with lead. Then we'll go ahead and buy a bunch of NPC miners. purchase all those we can. Next delayed upgrade is 10 billion. Shouldn't take that long to get to. Let's see, what else can we get? Gotta get more miners. But yeah, the explosion range is much bigger now. Got our second level of lead. Which we're 16 mil now. Making money somewhat quickly. Get some new employees. And we can save up that 98 or the 90 billion for tungsten. And we can work on just trying to get more of these NPCs. I didn't want to break that amethyst up here, which would be 720 billion. We'll take another strength. Oh, we're rolling in money now. Up to 30 billion, just about. A second. So platinum will be cost us 3 trillion, which is rather expensive. But it looks like our highest earners like right at 240 million. Hire a few more fellows. It should increase our earnings by quite a bit. So we still need a little bit more mining strength, but that's 50 trillion, so that's not happening for a minute. So our next upgrade is 360 million or billion. And then the next 4 unlock will be 3 trillion. So a little ways away. Oh, we can actually go ahead and buy the 360 billion. Get a few more miners. We're pretty much priced out of these NPC miners for now. So we'll save up to 3 trillion. We shouldn't take an awful lot of time. I mean, we're making like 9 billion a second now. So the explosion was worth 7 billion. And we're about a tenth of the way there already. That's fun. And we had our first diamond show up, which was worth 1.2 trillion. That's quite good. That puts us only 600 billion away, which 640 billion won't take that long to go through. I want to find a pretty densely populated area here and break whatever we can. $300 billion out, so that's gonna be like 30 seconds, roughly. Another diamond. That'll put us up over where we need to be, with a little bit extra too. So our earnings should jump up massively here. Next upgrade for that is 6 trillion. But that like give us like a at least 6 times multiplier so far on our income. I'm seeing some like 1.8 billions in here. So it's absolutely rolling in the cash now. That was 50 billion just in that one explosion. Got 106 of the miners now to help us out. We're doing pretty good. What was that next upgrade? 6 trillion. And then our next tier is at 90, which honestly isn't that far away. It's a pretty low value explosion over there too. I mean, we're making pretty good coinage here. Good lord, 90 quintillion. Good lord. That one's 90 trillion. Getting very expensive. What's the next prestige? One quintillion? That's also rather expensive. But we can get a increase in amount of platinum, which is going to take us from 54 billion up to at least 60 billion, I would hope. Wasn't that big of an upgrade. I mean, so far it's taken us from 58 to 72. I mean, it has been like a 50% increase now, so I reckon that is pretty good. Ooh, another diamond. Somewhere down here. Got 9 trillion for that. Only another 10 of those and we can have the cobalt unlocked. And so I managed to save up the 90 trillion that takes for cobalt. And this should increase our earnings drastically. Go ahead and max out platinum. Cobalt next upgrade is 180 trillion, which our income jumped up to over 1 trillion a second now. So in about 2 minutes roughly, well, probably 90 seconds now, we should be able to afford the next level of cobalt, which should provide a near 50% increase. So we can buy the cobalt, and then we'll save up for 50 trillion for more mining strength, which should help speed everything up. I think here in a minute our earnings should go up to about 2 trillion a second. Get more mining strength. That should help us out. Now, so we don't have to hit the, what is it? The cobalt twice. That should increase our earnings by a little bit. We're up to 2.3 trillion. Is our earnings 2.5 trillion now? So next cobalt upgrades 360 trillion. Palladium is 3 quadrillion. Very nice. 1.4 trillion in that explosion. And so we've about saved up the amount that we need to unlock, what is it? Palladium, which is right at 3 quadrillion. Hopefully this is a pretty big boost in earnings, because we've kind of hit a slow spot. And there's nothing really we can do about that. $3 quadrillion right there for that. I mean, it definitely boosted our income. Yeah. We'll max out cobalt while we're here. Yeah, so they're worth 800 billion a piece. That's pretty solid. So, I mean, we're rolling through it now. The next one was 6 quad. Mithril is going to cost us 90 quad to unlock. Alright, so I went AFK again for a little bit. And we can afford exactly one upgrade for now. But we're pretty close to being able to get our second level of Mithril. And I also went ahead and maxed that out. Not prestige. Not quite yet, but we're getting there pretty quickly. I have maximum employees. Also have a diamond here that we'd like to mine for 120 quadrillion, I think that was. We have 2 more strength upgrades to get at some point. This next one is 3 quintillion, which is after prestige. So that's great. I guess let's just go around and try to pick up anything that we can to try to help speed up this process, as we're making 6.6 quintillion a second, but it's not enough. Yeah, we're about 100k off of that now. So what's that, like a minute? And to prestige, we're gonna need like 400 quintillion. So it's like about a minute and a half to 2 minutes, depending on any boost we get in between now and then. I mean, we're breaking a lot of rocks. At a pretty good rate. This will be going on to the final prestige as well. There might be another one after that, I'm not sure, but we're not even that close to getting the legendary miner. $360, so we can get max level mithril. So that's going to put us just waiting for about 2.5 minutes, roughly, before we can actually get to our prestige. Alright, so was able to save up for the prestige. This is the max level prestige. I think we're starting with 1 trillion. Give ourselves some damage. And then we can start with tungsten. We can start with tungsten. And time to spam by a bunch of upgrades. Okay. So we're making about 7 billion a second already. And we're at max prestige, so we get 16 times money. I don't know how we're going to make it to 96 billion. That is an insane amount of money to try to get. What was our prestige reward? Bigger barrels? Yeah, that's it. This is going to take forever. Can you get more tungsten? Or we save for the platinum, which I think that's probably a better idea. I mean, platinum's what, 3 trillion? Should be there very shortly. So we can go ahead and get platinum, which should start speeding up our income by a little bit. Got an amethyst node up here, worth 10 trillion. So we'll get more platinum and more tungsten. And then we'll buy several more NPCs. Yeah, we're making about 500 billion a second now. I mean, I guess it's okay. Very quickly, we'll have the 12 trillion for more platinum. And then it's going to be back into saving mode for 90 trillion to get cobalt. And we're about 5 trillion away from our 90 trillion upgrade here. I just decided to say screw buying the platinum upgrade for now. It's not worth it. You would think the scaling would be a little bit more, but I don't know. It feels like it's not that much better, even though we have 8 more multiplier than what we had. Alright, so now we got cobalt, which looks like it's worth about 112 billion apiece. So we're making quite a bit of money now. We're going to save up 50 trillion for more mining strength, which should help us out quite a bit. We're up to 2.5 trillion, probably soon to be higher than that every second. Looks like we got a ruby down here. That's worth 112 trillion. So we get some more cobalt. Well, we're about 2 upgrades behind getting back to where we was. Or 2 ore types. We're now making 8 trillion every second, which is decent. And we have 3 quadrillions. We can get palladium. Let's see what that does to our income. We're at 30 trillion a second now. It seems to be a lot better than that. I don't know why, but we just got like a influx. Oh, we just got like 2 quadrillion off of an explosion. 6 quadrillion for the next upgrade. So that shouldn't take too long. Oh, that explosion should do pretty good. I don't know why we had such. Maybe I'm standing on like a ruby or something that spawned in. But we're nearing the 6 quadrillion mark. Also making 75 trillion a second roughly now. We'll see what another upgrade into our latest ore will do for us. We do have a ruby down here, so let's break it for 1.6 quadrillion. That must be what it was. Kind of standing in the middle. Next one's going to be 12. But I think we'll save up for the 90 for the mithril. But let's just spend a massive chunk of change on a bunch more miners, and we'll get back. And we're about up to 90 quadrillion now. Be there very shortly. Like that. So we've unlocked our first mithril upgrade. Next one's going to be 180 quadrillion, which is, quite frankly, ridiculously expensive. But I suppose we'll get there. As I think all of them are 48 trillion apiece. And we now have all 200 employees again. And mining strength I boosted as well. So we had 2 more mithril upgrades to buy, and then Original, I don't know, that's a heck of a name, for 3 quintillion. And we saved up 3 quintillion for the original ore. That's our 13th ore type. So I got 3 more to unlock after this. What is that going to jump our earnings up to? Now getting about 15 quadrillion a second. Oh, 20 quadrillion. Definitely making much more money. But still not particularly quick. Up to about 40 quadrillion now, roughly. It still looks like we're one-shotting this. Got an amethyst right here as well for 2.2 quintillion. Not bad. Do more damage, I guess. Very inexpensive. And we're going to be about 2 quintillion away from our next upgrade for the orichalcum. Or you can tell when an explosion goes off because like literally half the screen moves. Why do they run so far? I guess they can only be like 1 per, maybe. I don't know. Everything spawns in pretty quick. These are going to take a while to get to. I guess it depends on how these scale in terms of price. But about 2 seconds we'll be to a second level of this ore here. Alright, we're getting pretty close to unlocking the next tier of ore. Should be there here in about 2 or 3 seconds. I think this is 90 quintillion. Still don't have the Urchal maxed out, but this adamantite should be a good boost to our income. Sitting around 140. That's going to jump us all the way up to around 600, it seems. Nope, even higher than that. Almost up to a quintillion. Yep, we're up over a quintillion a second. We'll max that out. So here in 3 minutes, we'll have adamantite another level. Very nice. And then it's only going to take, what, 3,000 seconds to get titanium unlocked? Yay! And another upgrade there. Should help out a little bit. I think it's like a 50% increase in earnings or so. Got a ruby down here, I think, somewhere. 24 quintillion in it. Not bad, just not great. We could go ahead and buy the damage. Might as well. So that's all maxed out up there. So these are our last upgrades to buy. And we've got 3 sextillion coins. So let's buy that. And we'll have titanium. So let's see what this does to our earnings. Hopefully it boosts us up quite a bit. I mean, it's not doing as much as I would really like it to. But it is definitely helping. We'll go ahead and buy that upgrade. I think I'd bought everything else already, so we got 5 more upgrades to buy. I mean, it's definitely better. It's like what, 6 times our earnings from what was it? So I went AFK for quite some time, probably a couple hours, and we still don't quite have enough money. But we have unlocked all ore types. But we're still lacking like 160 sextillion. What are we missing achievement wise? Missing 500 sextillion there for that. And we're still missing 5.4 million ores. So that's going to take forever to do. So that's about all this game has to offer, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more content like this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.